This 90s grunge hairstyle is making a comeback because a lot of people want to have a longer hair shape. They want to have some sort of, easy, low maintenance type of flow. And this is something that was really, really popular, I'd say, in the 90s, kind of a grunge industrial type of haircut. So first things first is this works great on straight hair. Can you have fine hair? Sure. Can you have a lot of hair? Sure. Wavy hair works. Curly hair, it could potentially work, but I would say straight hair to wavy hair would be best for something like this. Now, the first thing that you need to understand if you're getting this haircut is how short or long do you want to have these front pieces in through here. This is kind of like the foundation and the focal point of the haircut, because if you're going to wear your hair more like a damp, wet type of look like this, you need to make sure that when your hair is dry, where do you want to see these pieces? Okay, because if you are somebody who, look at this, the hair is in the face constantly, right? Are you okay with walking around like this all day with the hair in the face? If you are, then simply pick an area where you want to see these pieces fall. If you're somebody who's like, yeah, you know what, this looks cool, but I can't take hair in my face, then you can literally just brush it back like this, but keep in mind, you see how these pieces are gonna fall in. How do you keep these pieces back? Well, it's a different type of look. You're gonna have to use some sort of product, like maybe like my structure styler. You can use something like shadow maybe, or just tidal wave, something that's gonna help push off the face. My crafted matte pomade is a really, really great product for this. But you see how it changes the look up. When you're going off of the face, you're creating more volume like this. If you want to have a more of that grunge, flatter type of look, then everything needs to come more in the face like this. And it really just depends on the look and the style that you want. The next thing that is important is once you establish where you want this, then you have to make sure it's cut. Now, the way I cut this, it's on an angle going from shorter to longer. This is creating somewhat of a rounded shape in through here where I'm opening all this up. And then it all works into the back in through here. Same thing on this side. We're creating a rounded shape going from shorter to longer. What that does is it simply gives the hair the opportunity to create and have volume where it needs it right in through here. Now, that's the foundation. From that point on, I can then create different types of layers to make the hair lay flatter, AKA maybe triangular layers or square layers. In this situation, it's definitely cut a bit more square, which means it's held straight up. The corners are left like a box, and it's cut this way. So it's held straight up, and then the next section is this way in a very boxy manner. That leaves the corners, which means that this weight makes the hair lay flat. Triangular layers is where it's a lot shorter in the back and then works its way towards the front. I would stick with square layers because that is great for somebody who wants to have the hair lay closer. So even though this is rounded, I've got square layers. If you are unsure about what I mean, and I'm speaking more in professional terms now, a lot of people are so focused on face shapes. But in reality, most people aren't learning about haircut shapes. That's the difference between all these fake TikTok hair gurus talking to you about your face shapes, and they actually are not even real professionals. They don't understand what a haircut shape is. So if you want to learn about what actual haircut shapes are, which is what we as professionals use to give you the best haircut for your face shape, I created 2 downloadable PDF ebooks. You can get them right here. They're only $10 each. I've literally spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars learning haircut shapes in over 30 years of cutting hair. All available for $10. One for men's hair and one for women's hair. It explains to you square, round, triangular, and what haircut shapes work best for your face shapes. It's only $10. So you can get them right here. After you purchase it, just wait like 10 seconds for it to populate, then you can download it, and then you'll get an email of the link to download it. Again, it's not a physical book that's being sent to you. It's a downloadable PDF file. I just want to make that clear because some people are expecting a textbook of some sorts, like a physical book. It's not. So once you have the right haircut shape for your face, then it's a matter of the layering. So layering is a technique that's designed to remove weight. When you pull this hair up and you cut it, it's going to fall. That's creating a layer. The longer this is, the more it's going to lay flat. So if you want to have more volume in a hairstyle like this, then you need to cut more of a rounded layer, which actually creates everything out from the head. I usually cut hair that way, holding everything out from the head and cutting it, depending on the look. A lot of these hairstyles were more of a square shape, so these corners and everything lays flat to the head like this. But if I wanted more fullness, I would just comb everything out and cut it following the head shape. It just depends on how long, again, you want these pieces to be. And then for the back, it really comes down to you, once again, how long you want this or your desired length of what you think would look cool. You know, maybe right above the neck or shoulder area or right below the neckline. It all depends. Now, as far as styling this, you have a few different options. I did mention using my structure styler. What I would do is after the hair is washed, I'd lightly towel blot it and get the excess moisture out. I'd spray 25 spray. Then I'd go in with like 3-4 sprays of Tidal Wave. I'd work that into the hair. And then if you have layering and you want to see some shape, you can let it air dry, or you can dry it fully and just, kind of scrunch it on a lower air pressure to build in that texture and volume. And then you can finish it with whatever product you want that I mentioned, structure styler, my matte pomade. It just depends on the look that you want. You could also, what you can do is slick this all back. If you want to have it where it's tucked behind the ear, that all depends on you. Again, do you want that 90s grunge style, or do you want to have something where it's more, a little softer and a bit more modern, and it's something where it's more of a natural flow like this? That all depends on you, all right? You can click the View Products button right here to get some of the products that I mentioned, and I really suggest investing in the ebooks. Again, there's one for men's hair, one for women's hair, so you can understand what haircut shapes work for you. So thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments if you're enjoying these haircut breakdowns.